Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Vampire Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generated game. When we left off in the previous episode, our clan attained precious peace after many moons of wondering about peace, having failed negotiations and such. That aside, we had some drama because there was also a breakup, a very unexpected and twisty breakup between Master Burnleaf and Blue Jay, which I thought was going in one direction but ended up going in a completely different direction, because I thought that Blue Jay was the one who initiated the breakup when it was actually Burnleaf. And that was quite a surprise because Burnleaf, is a very attentive cat and mate, but as we quickly worked out, sometimes relationships are very, very complex. So this time around, we have even more excitement because one of our youngsters, our Fledgelings, has aged up into a Mistwalker. I don't know if you guys can see her. She is near the clearing right now. We're going to take a closer look in a second. But also, we have some maybe not so fun news with the clan, which I don't think we're going to be too surprised by because I feel like we get this news like every other day, moon, whatever else it is. Peace doesn't last long, basically. But okay, let's take a look at, hold on. We need to go through events. Actually, no, wait. We need to go through the Leader's Den. So we still have two hostilities with Wind Clan and Gossamer Clan. We're still neutral with Day Clan, but under Shivering Star, it's probably not going to last too long. Now let's go through the main events, and then we can take a look at our new cat. After many moons of tensions between Gossamer Clan and Vampire Clan, a formal war is declared. So Gossamer Clan is one of the other hunting clans that we've been at war with. The first time we ever went to war was with Gossamer Clan, and now we're entering into our second war with them. And obviously we've just finished a war with Day Clan. I don't think we've ever been at war with Wind Clan. Yeah. Hazel Pelt has gotten a running nose. And then, the exciting part, Grandmaster Shivering Star stands above the clan and proclaims that Dusty Paw shall now be known as Dusty Cave, honoring her dependability, and I actually decided to keep her name because I thought it was very unique. And then Fire Kit has gotten a running nose. But now, let's go ahead and take a look at Dusty Cave. Also, it is Moon 19. And Dusty Cave, this is her, guys, with her beautiful amber eyes and a 2-color pelt. She has retained her loyalty. She's a great kit sitter and a good climber. And that's adorable that she's kept this climbing skill, because I remember her being a kitten and constantly getting in trouble from the other cats for climbing onto places and into areas she was not supposed to. So that is actually very cool to see that it's become a cool skill of hers. Now, I have gone ahead and also updated this so that it says she was the only fledgling in her batch and graduated as the Dusty Princess, because she is also the Dusty Princess. And taking a look at what she's learned or how she was influenced, she was mentored by her father and the Grandmaster Shivering Star. Shivering Star influenced her to be more likely to be cold towards others, dwell on things, and be slow to anger. When she graduated, she was honored for her dependability. She graduated 12 months old. So I am thinking Shivering Star, if you guys remember in the beginning, one of the ways he used to keep control over the other vampires was to cause a lot of infighting so that they were distracted with one another and not so much paying attention to his own words, but also so that he was still kind of in their good graces, even whilst they might not have been getting along too well. And that way they would, look to him for leadership and guidance, but not get too attached to each other that maybe they would, start having conflicts with him. And I think this is maybe a lesson in how to retain power that he's passed on to his daughter, Dusty Cave. And then to dwell on things. I feel like as someone who is constantly making a lot of decisions, Shivering Star maybe feels as though someone in his kind of place in the clan has to ponder on a lot of things because his decisions impact a lot of cats. Not only that, he has to, constantly figure out ways in which to justify his choices. And so I think his hopes for Dusty Cave is that she will do the same. Don't make hasty decisions. Think about your options. Think about the best option for you. And also, in terms of her loyalty, you know, be loyal to the family and be loyal to yourself, not necessarily to others. And you have to think in order to work out what needs to be done. And then be slow to anger. If you give in to your emotions and you don't have kind of a good grip on yourself, basically you will lose control, and losing control is equivalent to losing power. I feel like a lot of the lessons that Shivering Star has passed on to Dusty Cave is about how to create and keep a sense of power and control within the clan. Because he has high hopes for her, I think he would impart to his daughter that she was born to rise above others. So okay, that's what we have for Dusty Cave. But very unique cat. I'm very happy to have our Dusty princess, and this is like our third princess in the clan. We have the Quiet Princess, the Light Princess, and now the Dusty Princess. It would be very, very, even though I love Fire Kit and I would not mind having another princess, but it would be good to have a prince too, just for some diversity, I think. But I mean, hey, we love the princesses. So that is what we have for Dusty Cave. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Medicine Cat Den. Blue Jay was given moss as treatment for recovering from birth. Hazel Pelt gathered moss and cobwebs this moon. How many cats do we have right now? We've got 11 cats. Okay, and he can look after cats until we get to 19. So Hazel Pelt can look after a lot of cats, which is good to know. Now let's check up on relationships. Blue Jay gets excellent advice from Lightsong about something she has been worrying about. Master Burnleaf threatens Dusty Paw with exile, and this was before her Mistwalker apprentice. This was when she was still a fledgling. Burnleaf, what is up with you burning bridges with everyone? And then Burnleaf confesses something to Fire Kit, his favorite daughter. There's something about these cats in power and their daughters. They pass on they tell some secrets to their children, and they pass on some interesting lessons to their children. Okay. Twilight Fade is rethinking how he feels about Burnleaf and gives him another chance. So I wonder, is like a Twilight Fade and Burnleaf rekindling their romance maybe? Fire Kit's laugh reminds Twilight Fade of someone he misses. Oh, I wonder if Fire Kit reminds him of Pumpkin Tail. I don't know, someone he kind of took for granted when she was around. Because they're both like orange cats, you know? Grandmaster Shivering Star, he has a nice story about Fire Kit. Grandmaster Shivering Star, Master Burnleaf, and Quiet Flight had a nice talk while eating. Grandmaster Shivering Star is told about Quiet Flight's bravery during a recent time of struggle. Lightsong warns Blue Jay about something on the ground so Blue Jay doesn't trip. Grandmaster Shivering Star compliments Quiet Flight's name. Hazel Pelt had a terrible dream about Lightsong. Hazel Pelt asks Blue Jay about a certain rule of the warrior code that he forgot. Hazel Pelt and Quiet Flight snuck out of camp together. Oh wait, that's right. For a second I was like, wait, what? But no, they're matched, guys. They are a pairing. So that makes sense. But this is great. This is good because Hazel Pelt and Quiet Flight are spending time with one another, which is exactly what we want. We want them to bond. Okay, Fire Kit makes a snide remark about one of Dusty Cave's friends. So Dusty Cave had her Mistwalker ceremony, which is good to know. Owl Kit is happy to run into Quiet Flight today. Sunny Kit won't stand for slander about Owl Kit. Oh, that's so cute. He's protective of his older sister who's self-conscious, even though he's skittish. He stood up for her. I love that. A clanmate tells Fire Kit that Owl Kit's stories are better, and then we have our noisy Fire Kit who's feeling envious of her older sister. Okay, well that's what we have for the events. Let me cut the recording here and we'll continue with the cat list. Okay, it is time for us to go through the cat list and see what is going on with our cat. So first up we have loyalties, but nothing has actually changed, so everything is still the same. Moving on to relationships, I did notice some changes between our cats. The first thing that was very exciting was with Hazel Pelt. Guys, Hazel Pelt has fallen in love with Quiet Flight. He's fallen in love with her. He became friends with her first, And I think after going out on that patrol with her and spending time with her, Hazelpelt has kind of realized that maybe, you know, he doesn't want to ever stop talking to Quiet Flight. He loves talking to her so much. He loves telling her all about his strange and weird adventures. And unlike some of the other cats, she seems to have the patience to listen to him and the enthusiasm to actually keep up with him and engage with him. And he loves that. Like, the way she reacts to things makes him so happy, and he's never really felt that way with anyone else ever before. So he's kind of over the moon. It's like he's found his soulmate almost in Quiet Flight, and I love that for him. And the other change I noticed was with Quiet Flight herself. Quiet Flight has had a bit of a romance gain for Hazelpelt. However, she is not in love with him, and nor does she consider him a friend just yet. She still sees this as a formal match. But the more time she spends with Hazelpelt, she really likes him as, you know, a father to her kittens. But I don't know if she's been able to separate the formality from a personal relationship that they're developing between the two of them. So likewise, Quiet Flight probably feels as though Hazelpelt, he's got like so many fascinating things to talk about, and she doesn't understand why everyone else kind of writes off Hazelpelt and nobody is really that enamored with him or engaged with him, because he's such an interesting cat. I mean, he might look drab, you know, at first glance, but he's such a fascinating and interesting cat. So I think she's a little bit confused by this, but she's also kind of going along for the ride and liking what she sees. But I love what's happening on Hazelpelt's end. I actually really love Quiet Flight and Hazelpelt together, which then makes me a little bit concerned for Blue Jay, because since I know some of you guys actually are quite on board for the love story between Blue Jay and Quiet Flight, and that was the case for me before. I mean, I really liked Burnleaf and Blue Jay, but, you know, that was the case for me before Quiet Flight and Hazelpelt started getting along so well, and now, like, I want them to be a thing. I feel bad for Blue Jay, but Hazelpelt, my boy Hazelpelt, this is his first love, guys. You know? Blue Jay wasn't in love with Quiet Flight, nor was she in love with Burnleaf, but Hazelpelt is in love with Quiet Flight, and how can I take away someone's love from them, you know? So that's kind of what I noticed. So now we can go ahead to Twilight Fade, the Whisper, and have Hazelpelt and Quiet Flight listen to the whispers, which might help them out even more so. But let's go ahead and see, guys. Will Quiet Flight maybe become friends with him or fall in love with him? No, she's such a tough cat. So trust, comfort, and jealousy. Sorry, trust and comfort have increased. Jealousy and dislike have decreased. Yeah, Hazelpelt, I feel like he's starry-eyed when he looks at Quiet Flight. He's so starry-eyed. He just never wants to stop kind of hearing her talk and hearing her voice and seeing her react to everything he says. Quiet Flight, meanwhile, is, yes, enjoying his company, but she hasn't quite crossed that line from formality to, you know, family, in a sense. Okay, well, I have high hopes for these guys. I have high hopes for them. But okay, now let's go ahead and see what everyone is doing for the day. Grandmaster Shivering Star is glad it's not so hot out anymore. Master Burnleaf was surprised that a cat wanted to speak with him. Maybe Burnleaf kind of knows that a lot of the clan members are quite maybe concerned about Blue Jay or sensitive towards Blue Jay, and so he kind of assumes that everyone's gonna be judgmental towards him, but I don't think any of the vampires really blame him for his choices, especially because despite his choices, he was like literally in the medicine cat den in the last episode crushing herbs for Blue Jay, so they see his care and they understand his choice. So yeah, they don't really have a problem with talking to him, but that probably surprised Burnleaf. Hazelpelt respects Master Burnleaf's effort as a deputy. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Hazelpelt, yeah, he doesn't blame Burnleaf at all. He understands. He understands. And I think even more so now that Hazelpelt himself is in love, he can't ever maybe see himself forcing this type of feeling for anyone else. And I think maybe he respects the fact that, you know, it might not be with Blue Jay, but Burnley felt this feeling with Pumpkintail. You know, and that's not something maybe you can replicate or formulate. So it's nice. It's very heartwarming. Twilight Fade is feeling silly. Blue Jay hopes to go to the next gathering. I wonder if Twilight Fade is feeling silly because he can literally see his former fledglings match, like falling in love with her, but she seems a bit thick-skinned or thick-headed. She just doesn't seem to get it. She's enjoying his company, but like she's not befriending him. She's not falling in love with him. And Twilight Fade, like he's trying his best, but there's only so much he can whisper to them at a time, you know. And he's feeling a bit silly because he can see clearly what's happening on one side, but apparently Quiet Flight can't see that. Okay, Quiet Flight is worried about Owlkit. Light Song worries Grandmaster Shivering Star is overworking himself. Dusty Cave is glad it's not so hot out anymore. Was any of the other cats feeling that way? Oh look! Dusty Cave is spending time with her father. Both of them glad that it's not too hot out anymore. Owlkit thinks about StarClan. Owlkit, you're very young to be thinking about StarClan. I wonder if Owlkit maybe heard stories about Pumpkintail from her father, and so she's wondering about Pumpkintail, her father's other mate. Or, you know, yeah, his father's first mate, which is so fascinating. And I wonder if, you know, even that was a topic of contention with Blue Jay, the fact that her kittens, like, Burnleaf has moved on from Pumpkintail, but their family can never move on from Pumpkintail because Burnleaf has made it so that the kittens know that Pumpkintail was his first mate. Like, he tells stories about her. So maybe Blue Jay felt as though, you know, he left the love, but the love never left him, type thing. Okay. Or maybe the other way around, you know? How the love left him, but he never left the love. It's confusing, but yeah. Sunny Kid is taking a nap with Owlkit. Oh, that's so cute. He's taking a nap with his sister, but his sister's... I mean, she's probably waking up bleary-eyed. Maybe she had a dream about StarClan, so now she's thinking about StarClan. And then Fire Kid can't wait to be a warrior, despite the fact that she's a little bit sick with that running nose. Yeah, she's fiery. She wants to go out and do things. But okay, that's what we have for the cat list. Let me cut the recording here and we'll continue with patrols. Okay, we are resuming with patrols. We currently have 92 prey and we need 23, so we don't have to worry about anything. We were so successful in the last moon that we don't need to worry about food. We are all good for food. But let's send out Hazelpelt, our Nightstalker, to see what he can grab. Hazelpelt sniffs the clean, fresh morning air, wondering if he can smell juniper berries on the breeze. Proceed. Leafball brings with it gleaming dots of blue as the juniper trees deck themselves with their hard-fleshed berries, wafting their pleasant scent. Wafting their pleasant scent? Sometimes I forget my accent, guys. From their branches. There's a lot to enjoy about gathering them. As he pads home, Hazelpelt's worries that Leafbear will strip the territory of precious herbs grows. He notices a fallen oak branch nearby and stops to collect a few undamaged leaves. They're starting to turn colors, but the leaves are still usable. Juniper and oak leaves were gathered. Now it is time for us to send out our patrol of 5. We have Dusty Cave, Light Song, Quiet Flight, Burnleaf, Master Burnleaf, and Grandmaster Shivering Star. So let's see what they get up to. As the patrol is checking the borderlines, they hear an odd sound coming from just beyond a rockfall. Proceed. Grandmaster Shivering Star pads towards the rockfall to check on the noise when a rabbit bursts out. None of the cats are quick enough to catch it, but at least the noise was nothing dangerous. A very small amount of prey is brought to camp. Okay, now we have 102 prey, which is 8 done on top of what we already had. So okay, it seems as though that is all we managed to get done today. I think it was a pretty good day, guys. I think it was a pretty good day. Especially because it was the first patrol, actually, for Dusty Cave out. And our Dusty Princess, even though it wasn't, you know, too crazy of a patrol, they managed to bring back some food. And, you know, even a tiny bit of success these days, it is a success all the same. But okay guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.